Welcome back to the Tailosive Tech Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We've been gone for a couple minutes. Thank you for your patience. Randy gets his own square.
We have to share one.
I have crashed Mike's house. He's asked me to leave many times, but I'm still here.
I got Drew to leave my house, but not without a parting gift of his double USB-C brick thing first. You know,
Somehow I knew you were going to bring this up. Dang it.
When we said finale, I wasn't thinking a year, but
it's not a year. Has it been a year?
Almost 11 months.
Just like 11 and a half months. It's not a year. Come on.
I feel like
I think it's been a year.
There is so much to talk about. And I mean, hey, the beauty of waiting 11 months, we now all there's no dead space. We have so much to cover for 2025.
Yeah. We'll probably miss some things.
So I got my Ultra. Randy got his Ultra. Drew, where's yours?
Oh yeah, I gained this since the last episode. So we all have a new watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are listening on a podcast app or you're watching on YouTube, if you are not tracking us outside of this specific medium, you should really follow some of us or go subscribe to other channels to catch up.
Follow me, by the way.
Which are on completely different platforms.
Mine's just in real life. You have to follow me physically.
Mike is on nothing. Randy's no longer on Twitter. I am only on Twitter. So we're on all these different
It was completely there's no more Tailosive Tech channel. There's no more anything. All gone.
I'm sorry, Randy's setup is throwing me off because the desk.
That's what I thought he was.
I thought his arms are going over the
3D effect.
The bezel of the. It's really dripping.
Welcome to the artificial intelligence they didn't want you to know about.
I'm getting that. What's that Google demo?
No, this is that. This is iOS 26, the spatial depth thing.
Oh, right. So it's called 26. Oh my God.
Where do we start? Oh, well. First of all, before we even start, hi guys, I missed you.
Hi Randy.
And I missed Drew too.
I can tell you're trying to kick him out. And for everybody, to the people who have pinged me nonstop for 11 months. The band's back together. The gang's all here. We united. You can stop saying we need to have this conversation on the podcast. I got it for the last time yesterday. I said, no more. We are doing this.
Back streets back.
All right.
Copyright. We're in trouble.
There's so much to talk about. I don't even know how to drive this. So yeah, where to start?
So we should probably go in order. What was like the first thing that happened with Apple this year?
Oh, I was going to say the first thing that happened last time we were on is that you left your device at Randy's place.
That wasn't the finale.
Was it?
That wasn't the finale. No.
Oh, we did a couple remote ones.
The finale, I remember holding a candle saying, Mike, you're fired. Oh, God, I haven't done Trump in so long. It's not even funny anymore.
Alive last time we recorded?
Jimmy Carter was alive. Wait.
No.
Was he alive? That guy was still living? And I'm worried about the Cybertruck. I think I've hit all the checks.
Oh, there's actually good reason to be.
And everything else in that company.
So much to catch up. I'm trying to remember. Oh, I do remember because I was in LA when it happened. M4 MacBook Air.
Jimmy Carter passed away December 29th, 2024. So yes,
that was right. He died with the finale.
Oh my.
It was probably directly because we didn't continue the show.
So is it confirmed that Jimmy Carter's back since we're back?
Yes. I got an iPad since the last time we were here.
You
have the finished iPad?
This one's better.
I feel that one is, in my opinion, I think better, but so many people want us to fight, Drew, and I don't know what you disagree. 16E. 16E.
We can fight. That's right. That was this year.
That was a phone.
Do you remember that?
No.
Okay. Well, it's similar to this because it has one camera on the back.
So I have a 16E.
Okay, before we battle, Battle of the Minds. I'm really, as you can see, guys, we didn't actually prepare notes for this, as we always don't. We had.
Since when do we do that?
Dub. So
Did we
software.
disagree on 16E? Is that what you were bringing up?
I remember people saying you and Drew need to talk about this because he has a different stance. iOS 26 is another one.
I think that's where we probably differ. But
let's start there.
you
Let's
have
just hit
more
the ground
skin in-
running and beat the hell out of each other.
Randy has more skin in the game than I do.
Well,
About what?
both of you are rocking. I'm sorry, I'm
Which
lost.
thing do you want to talk about?
Please.
Well, Mike has a
Drew.
17 Pro,
This one or this
and
one?
Randy has a 7. Oh, you guys got the same case.
Yeah,
I feel
mine's
so
better
left
though
out.
because mine's either a Ninja Turtle or Master Chief. Yours is just
Clean. Mine is clean.
an
Mike.
iPhone.
And I'm
thing is
still
Perfect.
on this.
Okay, but you had the iPhone Air, and I saw you reviewed the Pro, so.
Yeah, where are those?
I threw them away. They're in the garbage.
Oh.
It's very expensive junk.
No, I returned them and they didn't check the boxes, which I thought was very interesting. I'm not saying which Apple store I went to, but the employees were very young. I want to say 19, 20 years old.
iOS 26 then.
Or
I
years
have
old.
unread emails older than them.
I thought you cleaned out all of your emails.
Not on my old email account, the one I don't use anymore. My AOL. Yeah, AOL. Dial-up is gone. That's what we missed.
It was here? Was it around?
Yeah.
Just like Jimmy
Still
Carter.
around.
What? What are we even talking about right now?
I don't believe it. I want to go in order.
Um,
Okay. 16E, were you for or against?
4.
Dang. Okay. I was hoping to
Con-
move on, but now I now I gotta ask.
Contextually, now that I know the rest of the year, I'm against. But when it came
Okay,
out,
thank
I was for. Yeah.
But there was no MagSafe.
When I asked people that I felt like it was targeted for, they don't use MagSafe. They use cables. Yeah.
And they use lightning cables too, but that doesn't mean we keep lightning around, right?
Well, that's been a few years now. We've had enough time to transition that, but MagSafe is
But not
an
that.
option, not a necessity. A cable is a necessity. Ooh, this was good.
Wow.
Bring it. This was good.
I just have
I'm
a
doing
front
my-
receipt here.
Henry Cavill.
Yo, you just grew a beard doing that.
Yo, am I Tom Cruise because I'm short? I'm short, but also since the last podcast, I lost like 15 pounds, and maybe the black is making me look a little
I
slimmer.
gained
But
15.
hey, nothing in the universe is ever gone or lost. It's just transferred.
I don't think that's how that
He
works.
transferred all his weight.
You watch it, Mike. You'll get the other 15. Okay, wait. Before you ready to get this 15?
February
gentlemen?
15 Pro Max.
Hey, before we continue with the 16E or whatever, I'm curious because I see you having some white stuff in your ears, Drew. Did you keep the AirPods Pro 3?
No.
Woo!
Everything. He didn't want to keep
Everything
anything,
went
I
back.
guess.
Everything went back because I know in 2 months I'll be able to get them for much, much cheaper on Amazon.
Mm.
True.
So no need to pay full price. I think they went on sale before they launched on Amazon. So it was like, well, shoot. I was going to pick
Even
them up, but I already could have waited. But I'm also a sustainability focused tech user. So my intention is to use these until they stop working because they're fine. So
Lucky you. I'm rocking Beats now for those
Yeah.
that haven't followed me.
Whoa!
he's fully committed to the cosmic orange here.
Yeah. Orange on
What?
orange.
Are those the Beats that have the little wings that go in your ear?
Yes. So
Oh, they're
it's
in your
not-
ear right now.
They're really
Yeah.
well hidden. Actually, your hair covers them up. You
I
can't
couldn't
even see the
tell.
little-
Mhm.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
kind of
that's
orange
good.
lighting.
Yeah,
How do
no,
you
they're
like
all
it?
right. I would equate them to the old earpods actually in terms of sound quality.
The old earpods.
Yes.
So that's not a compliment.
I'd say they're good for what they are, but
Okay.
going from AirPods Pro to them, there's a noticeable change in quality.
Mm.
Even though that they have ANC like feature,
Yeah.
it's not as good.
I see.
In fact, like it would pretty much be me turning on and I can still hear like air conditioning going. It's just slightly quieter versus AirPods Pro, which like subtracted entirely.
Yeah, the transparency ANC stuff they do is unbelievable. The third gen especially, I was like, these can't be twice as quiet. That doesn't make.
Doctor Strange moment.
I can hear my heartbeat. Yeah, Doctor Strange. You just fall back.
But I'm chewing my own tongue.
But yeah, they're all right for what they are. They hurt my ears after a couple hours, which is good because I shouldn't have them in all the time. But the battery life's pretty good to where I don't have to take them out because the battery's low compared to the Pros, which I felt like I was always putting one in, taking one out, taking one out.
They love to die
all the time.
For sure.
I wish I loved anything in this world as much as these things love to die. And it's not even close.
Such a good quote.
You guys miss me yet?
Are you rocking the new ones, Randy?
I am so glad you asked, Mike. I am. Whoa.
Don't get too excited.
I am rocking the AirPods Pro with Lightning. If it wants to focus.
I feel like a grandma. Lightning. I can't see anything.
I know it's out of focus. Hang on.
I thought you upgraded everything this year.
I'm like you, Drew. I am waiting for them to go on sale because I am a maximalist on minimizing my payments.
Maximalist on minimum.
He maxes the minimum.
That's awesome.
So nobody told me. When I talked about AirPods Pro 3, I was confused on something, and I still didn't get corrected. And you're my wiki source here. When did the Lightning Pro 2s come out? 2019, 2021, 2020? I don't remember.
Oh,
this 2021, is like, I believe.
Wow, you remember?
Whoa!
Because that's when I got mine.
Grok, is
you
this
knew they
true?
were the second gen? No. Wait, I remember when the first gen came out.
That was 2019.
That was 19.
2019.
That was 2019.
Because I got AirPods Pro.
Dang it! I should know this.
It was 2020. It had to be 2020 because I had them before the pandemic.
Oh, you know,
there was a version before this that didn't have the speaker. I wonder why my autofocus doesn't want to do its thing. There you go.
Wait, so it has the speaker and Lightning?
Yes, sir.
I don't know when that came out.
Okay, I have a really dumb way of finding this out.
I'm going
to
his B-roll right
and I'm going to scroll back.
It says so many dog photos.
It says,
I think it was
here's how we figure out. It says designed by Apple in California.
Why do you have
but assembled in China?
I got a lot of stuff to delete.
So 2022 is when.
At least that's when I exported the B-roll. So that's my best bet because I have referenced that many times, and I always choose the clips that don't show the charge port on the case because if you showed that, you couldn't tell the difference between. This wouldn't have happened if Apple would have just freaking named the first gen USB-C AirPods Pro Gen 3s. And then these would be Gen 4. These would be 4s. This would have simplified so much. But now Randy is like, you can look at the bottom of this case and still not know exactly which gen it is. But
right?
I guess I was thinking mine that didn't have the speakers.
So it must have been the one. I believe that was Gen 1.
I had Gen 1.
September 2022. They were announced September 2022.
I had Gen 1 then.
The B-roll folder worked. That's a good fact checker, I think. How big is the B-roll folder? No, I'm just curious. 200 gigs. Right there. Commission.
That's a throwback.
Oh, wow.
So you're rocking the old ones. You're both waiting for Amazon or whoever to give you a great deal.
Right.
I will pull the trigger. I mean, worst case scenario, the deals normally drop the same time that holiday window opens up for through December. So I will be. I'm going to tell you guys. Here's a tech podcast exclusive. I will be picking up the iPhone Air when it goes into the holidays window, so I can actually thoroughly live with it to see what the Hubla is all about. Jeez, no respect.
I predict he won't keep it.
I agree.
Okay. Is that?
I predict I'm not going to keep it.
Okay.
And then he surprises all of us, including himself, by keeping it.
So
no, this thing is amazing. For years I've wanted an aluminum Pro, and Drew and I, despite our differences, can agree on one thing to the grave. Aluminum is the best material for heat dissipation, weight, aesthetics. If you want to have multiple colors, Mike being the example with the cosmic orange.
Yeah, how are you guys liking it?
I just wanted orange.
You can do that now.
I had a white 14. I'm like, I kind of want some color.
Yeah.
So when
Mike, can you put your camera back in frame for me real quick? Cortana, I need to know what the weapon is. That is not going to happen. Oh yeah.
I need a speaker.
What if you miss?
AirPods Pro 3.
I need a weapon. I need a cosmic orange. Oh.
Foreigner cosmic orange.
Honestly, Drew,
I had one.
If I'm being honest with you, Drew, I suspected that you were going to actually upgrade to this one because the 15 to the 16 was literally not noticeable minus the button that we all hate.
No, it was very lame, and I regret making the upgrade. I should have kept the 15. I feel very confident. 15
to the 17 on the Pro lineup, in my opinion, still kind of pushing it. But I feel, especially for you, Drew, I feel that front-facing camera does wonders, dude. I love that thing.
It is nice.
My current setup of how I kind of rock with this thing, I would have gotten the base model 17, just for anybody who was wondering. Sage green is the color. But
so you just make like 3 or 4 videos saying why I'm not going with the regular one. I'm going with
hold that thought. Keep talking, Mike. Keep talking.
I'm just thinking here.
What? We can just talk to each other.
Oh, he's back. That was quick. Oh, it's still.
Oh, you bought a second copy. Good job.
You had to get that.
Well, no, he had to get his own version because, of course, you can't part with the one that his wife was getting. So
I'm trying to think of a good analogy. There's got to be a good analogy for all the tech reviewers who all kept saying the exact same thing, which is everyone should get this phone. This phone is perfect. This phone is great. I'm not going to get this phone, but everyone else should.
The thing is, telephoto.
It's great.
I've been using. It's great. I've been using telephoto daily, and I film. I'm pulling a Talos of Tech and EV here, and I film on this primarily. And I like the ability of stripping that artificial sharpening that you could do just by going to log 2, or I don't know what the difference between log and log 2 is, but doing that with the HEVC codec is still a small file, so I'm able to actually like crank out videos pretty quick and airdrop them relatively quickly via wire. I totally get why you've done it since the 15 Pro. I see why you've done that now, Drew. I'm like, oh, this is actually like low-key fun. The same reason why I've made the iPad Pro the main computer for me, because it's fun. Filming content has become fun, and I get excited to put out a video daily because of this little sucker. And I keep experimenting. As you made comments about my lights, I'm experimenting with formats and stuff like that. So as a creator, the Pro is the first Pro phone that feels like a Pro, whereas for everybody else, the base model iPhone is the best value that you can get for any of it, which is why my wife got it. And the Air, I don't know where that lines up. Besides your review that I watched, I don't understand what the Air's function is when it's next to the iPhone 17 base model, which is why I want to live with it for at least a month, at least through the holiday season, so I can better understand it, and then I can, formulate the opinion. But that doesn't change the fact that I'm going to be sticking with the 17 Pro. Perfect phone.
I enjoyed holding the Air when you had it.
Yeah, I remember nice. You kept saying, I'm impressed by the design. Yeah. I don't want one. but I'm impressed.
Well, I flirted with it for a little bit. I'm like, nah.
Apple in a nutshell.
Orange.
Yeah.
And I like all the camera. Was it 16 or 8 or 12 lenses that they marked?
It's like having 57 lenses in your pocket because you can zoom in at like 57 different intervals, right? So
it's still slightly blurry on photos, by the way. I take photos, it's like, this looks a little bit better than the 14, but
You're holding it wrong.
Holding it.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
What Jimmy Carter have to do with this?
Well, that's a good question for the panel. Why do you think Apple made the Air? What's the rationale behind it?
My theory is that they're going to put 2 Airs together.
Okay.
And make a fold.
So it's purely a manufacturing exercise.
Yeah.
Do you think the Air will still be around when the fold comes?
Well, they can't eliminate all of them on Earth, so yeah.
No, they take them all back and crush them like GM. It'll be great.
Not the was it EV1?
Yeah.
I'm like,
they're all
That's
leases.
why I don't want to work with GM. That's right. I was like, there's a reason why I don't like them. I don't care what they do with the Bolt.
That's a conversation for another podcast, and you take that name out of your dang
Okay,
mouth.
John Turner. So that's a story for another day. Our soon-to-be next CEO.
You better be careful. We gotta respect the Turnus. He's taking over soon, I think.
Turn who?
Turn.
Wait your Turnus. So.
Have we gone back to the 16E yet? We kind of jumped.
No, we're talking about the fold now. I'm over the 16E. That was first half of the year problems.
The question was, why did Apple make the Air?
That was a question.
And
that was the question.
We know your explanation.
Do you agree, Randy?
What's Randy's?
I do feel it's not solely an exercise of manufacturing, but I do think that's an element to gauge. One, the stressors that they do on the back end to produce these things, as well as and not just like form factor. I'm talking about that too. C1X, the
C1X.
plateau, the housing of the plateau.
I went and saw that coming. C1 with the 16E, and then C1X months later.
Yeah, I don't know. That feels like the iPad. That feels like the iPad when they did 30 pin, and then 6 months later, Lightning.
Whoops! Shouldn't have made that.
So, how often do you guys think about the Roman Empire?
Daily basis.
The C1X is my Roman Empire.
Why
didn't they just put that in the 16E? I don't get it.
It wasn't ready.
The Roman Empire in the 16E?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Oh.
That's why there's no magnets.
So do you think it's an exercise in manufacturing, but also
partly
to help
that
facilitate the C1?
Partly they're because this is the first, I believe this is the first device that's completely all in-house with connectivity. Everything's done in-house, and the Air, minus like some of the aesthetic or compromises that they went with, is a Gen 1 stress tester, which like the regular or the OG 2G iPhone or the iPad, there was a lot of noticeable compromises with the first product, but then the second one was instantly like that. So I do believe that we will get another iPhone Air at least one more year. I don't know what happens after the 20th anniversary. That part is up in the air, but I do think we'll get it again next year. Because typically under at least Tim Cook's reign, assuming he is still around by 2026, no product only has a 1 year lifespan. Even if it knows it's not performing well, we had 12 mini,
MagSafe Duo had 1 year, didn't it?
14 plus, 15 plus. Actually, they even did 16 plus. No, even though things weren't selling well. I said the minis already. They had 12 and 13. I know. We got to have our thinking hats on. Let's put our listening ears on, children.
Sorry. It's been so long. I'm rusty. I couldn't even remember when AirPods Pro 2 launched.
I'm so and you're the Apple sheep. You.
That's what I say every day.
I don't even have a 17 like the rest of you.
Who is this poser.
I don't know. I've been telling him to get out of my house this whole time, and he's not leaving.
I do think that the Air is a precursor to the folding phone, though. So
yeah,
for all things considering, I think the lineup is going to look something more like iPhone Fold, iPhone Air, iPhone Pro, base iPhone number, and I think that's what that's more or less going to look like. And the E, but now I guess in 2026 we're not going to get an iPhone 18. That's if the rumors are true, that's the deployment of that is going to get pushed to be more aligned with the iPhone blank E and then the base model of the same
blank
caliber. Blanky.
Everyone's kids just perked up right there.
So
that's a good theory, though.
The fall timeline, in my opinion, is going to consist of a Fold, an Air, and a Pro, and then anniversary something or whatever. More like again. That's my suspicion.
Only expensive iPhones next year.
That's what I was thinking.
For the holidays.
Air's expensive. The only one that's not going to be expensive is the base one.
The Air will be the cheapest one.
Yeah. Do you guys think? Here's my theory, and I want your guys' feedback. I think the Air is going to be the new standard. That's going to be the new iPhone layout. The way iPhone 10 became iPhone 11, 10R as well. But like, I think the design language of how thin it is and everything's done in-house, the Air will have its Air, and then you'll have the iPhone take on that form factor. No different than there's really no difference between an iPad Air and an iPad when you do a side-by-side from aesthetics alone. I think that's what's going to start happening with design language, and the Air is the launching pad to that. And assuming all goes well with all these reviewers who aren't keeping the phone, that's where we're heading with it. And it's going to be so synonymous with Apple being luxury, jewelry, and everything, all things that is make it Apple tax, that they'll take that form factor and then make that part of the Fold as well. So I think that design language will exist for the masses, and the pros will continue to just be pro by design, function over form.
I think people are going to be riding the streets over losing 6 to 8 lenses on their phone. Or equivalent lenses.
They took 8 lenses off. Right. That's another way of looking at it. So does that mean the base model would be titanium?
That feels wrong.
I know.
I don't.
Maybe it won't stay titanium. Maybe switch it.
I don't think it will stay titanium. Aluminum. My brain went to the iPhone 10R. That was aluminum.
But it wasn't that. It wasn't so thin. I feel like the titanium is kind of key to hitting that thinness. Like that's how they're able to get it.
I suspect aluminum. Maybe they'll incorporate whatever new design is happening here to a certain caliber where it's so sturdy. I don't know. Bending is their focus point when it comes to a thicker, profit margin is what I'm trying to get at. I don't feel like the aluminum where I'm getting at is you could not bend the 12 mini and the 13 mini, and those were aluminum, and those were the smallest, and those were your most potential. The plus size aluminums also weren't really bendable. If you try really, really hard, yes, more susceptible to bending than the titanium of the Air, but like you really got to get in there and be a jerry rig everything
130 plus pounds or whatever it was in one
days of the iPhone 6 are done.
I'm waiting for the plastic ones to come back. The 5E.
the C.
The C, 5C. That's why it's not 5E.
5E.
Yeah, bring that back with the new Air.
Oh.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'd like that. More color. That's my whole thing.
You guys stay on that trail with me for a second. Do you not believe then that form factor will take on the base model iPhones as well? You think it's just going to stay as the Air then? Or what do you think?
It's a good question.
I know that's why I asked him. I don't ask dumb questions.
My suspicion, knowing how Apple tends to do things, is kind of how the 16E phased out the SE. Remember how we kept expecting the SE to come back and then it just went away in favor of, well, but this one's so much better. It's OLED. It's Face ID. There's no more home button.
Apple Intelligence.
But it's got AI, right? But it's also like $200 more.
Mm-hmm.
My suspicion is that there's going to be too much overlap in not 2026, but in 2027, we're allegedly getting the 18 regular and the 18E around the same time. So like one will be 120 hertz with 2 cameras on the back, and one will be 1 camera, maybe no MagSafe, and no 120 hertz. And there will be such a big price gap between those two that most will go for the cheaper one because most people are stupid. And then the regular base model will get phased out. And the idea of having a sub $1,000 iPhone with a dual camera, my guess is that's going to go away. And they're going to slowly inch up the pricing ladder, and just the E will stick around, but not the regular. So you'll have long term, you'll have like iPhone 20 Pro, 20 Pro Max. There will be a Air, maybe if people keep buying it. There will be an iPhone, a folding iPhone, which I think they'll call Ultra.
Okay.
And then the regular model will just become the E, and it'll be 1 camera, and it'll have 60 hertz, and we'll be back in this.
Why does it have to be E?
Economy, efficiency.
Yeah, but why have the E there? That's so unclean. Why
Just
not have nothing after it?
Just because then you have to say regular or base anyway.
Yeah, just
like if
17.
I said, oh yeah, Mike has an iPhone 17, but that's technically not true. You have a 17 Pro. Whereas if I
don't have a 17, that's correct.
But if I could refer to it as he does not have a 17E, he has a 17 Pro, that's technically like fewer letters and syllables than saying base or a regular, because that's what people come up with their own suffix anyway. If you don't attach one to it, people will say
like subtracting range from the word standard range, so it's just Model 3 standard.
Yeah, exactly. The base, the regular, yeah.
So now you're adding something instead of subtracting something.
I just don't see a scenario in which like we get 6 iPhones a year.
No, that sounds ridiculous.
I don't think something's going to get phased out. Either it's the Air or it's the regular. My guess is it's going to be the regular, and then the E will stick around as the cheaper model.
My prediction is that the E just comes and goes as it pleases.
Okay.
I think that's just the Christmas special that comes not on Christmas.
Kind of like the SE did.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, what were you going to say?
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. I feel something is going to get phased out, but I think it's going to be the Pro Max.
Oh God, please no. That's the best-selling iPhone.
Make the Pro a bigger one.
The one that takes its slot is this new 20th anniversary folding, whatever is happening that's going to upsell. Because here's my thing. Apple has gone this long without price increases, and I think we're going to get a jump in price the way we did with the iPhone 10. And I think it's going to be a $1,500 or $1,700 or even a $2,000 iPhone. I believe the folding iPhone, this Ultra that you might want to call it, is going to be the priciest one because it's the most versatile. Mm-hmm. And I feel people who go towards that are the same demographics that go towards the Pro Maxes. And if you drop the Pro Max for something that's giving you just as much, more screen real estate, more battery, more everything, then that's the one that goes away. So now the lineup would look something like iPhone 19e, iPhone Air, iPhone folding, whatever, and iPhone Pro.
No. All right. Well, my Apple sheep muscles are slowly coming back because here's why I disagree. From what's been rumored of the
Swing
iPhone,
harder
of the folding iPhone, it's not going to match the Pro Max in camera. It's rumored to be on the folding model, an ultra wide and a main, but not a telephoto, and it's rumored to have a fingerprint scanner on the side, not Face ID.
I like that.
So some people might prefer that, but it's kind of a toss-up on, which one. And I think most of us would agree the folding iPhone will probably be the most expensive, right? Like, you've got double the screen.
I wholeheartedly am convinced that the unification of software is to prep for this folding phone that's going to do an iPadOS, iOS combo, while we eventually one day get these wearables that are going to mimic Vision Pro, but not in Vision Pro, just be Vision OS Lite. So I think what's happening is all this software is converging to where if the design language is the same and the interactions and how you engage with it is more or less the same, then the hardware is the only true variable for the most part. You have the 20 to 25% of like, oh, well, telephoto, if you want an Apple Pencil, if you like, there are outliners there, but for your main drivers here, I think with the software being so all unified, the best Gen 1 test subject will be that folding phone to see how that works, where we might get Apple's version of Apple Dex, or if they call Stage Manager or whatever they want to call it. And that's going to be the all-in-one device that people have begged for years, that Apple's like, yes, now here you go. There is virtually no difference between iPadOS and iOS, except the fact that they want to give all of those Mac-like features to the iPadOS. And it only makes sense when you have a bigger screen real estate where you can have multiple windows or multiple apps or whatever you want to call them. And all the things that they've been testing out now with iOS 26 is laying that foundation for habit and repetition and getting familiar with it. So when this folding phone comes out, that's the new, what I feel is going to be the new Pro, but not call it a Pro, because we associate Pro with camera, battery, and up until this year, ProMotion. Now, Pro to me is all things GPU with as much cameras that you could throw at it, chunk it out, make it the best battery possible, do everything that you can on a Pro that compromises all form for function. But the folding phone is that design is not just how you use it. The form is the function, and the function is the form with the folding phone.
It's how it works, right?
It just works. And honestly, I think if John Ternus is really, my head slightly still thinking about this new CEO thing that's happening, I don't think anything that we're familiar with over the last 10 years with Apple will function the same way under this new leadership. And I think that's to the betterment of Apple and how they do product releases and software releases and stuff like that. Because I think we can all agree hardware has for a very long time been on point. Software is what's been lagging. Sorry, Craig, you're not going to get the job. But hardware has been fire.
Insanity.
And take that same energy and trickle down to services and everything else like that too. That's the Apple, I think, that's the vision of new innovation we will see. And it really has to just do with how we choose to engage with all these devices. Apple Watch will be exactly the same. No changes on the Apple Watch ever.
They figured it all out. There's nothing to add.
They figured it out 7 years ago, Drew.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead.
I think you're wrong because for the exact reason you're not gonna rock a base iPhone 17. We're gonna keep calling it that while we can. Wow. You want a telephoto lens, and guess what? The folding phone's not gonna have.
Never say never. Maybe not the first gen. I really feel like I don't think telephoto is as important out of all the lenses.
But you're
what
not
do you have
rocking
right
the
there?
base.
Yeah.
But what?
But you're not rocking the base model for one specific reason.
Two specific reasons. Apple Log, telephoto.
The log.
I use telephoto more. Way more. The only time I ever use log is when I'm making the content, and so block out an hour of a 24-hour day. Everything else is telephoto. But
so you'll still probably get log on the folding phone.
That's something worth considering. But here's the thing: like I feel the sensors are just going to keep getting improved to where telephoto won't be telephoto; it'll be this tetra.
It's like 17 lenses.
Periscope.
I feel like we can only, true depth optical. We can only do that right now. We stay at 2 for everything because everything's 48 megapixels. But that we're peak megapixels at this point. Everything has a two function for each lens. Ultra wide, macro, wide angle, 2x zoom, which for years was telephoto. Then you have telephoto and you have bigger telephoto, and all of them are in increments of 2 steps. So 0.5 times 2. Now you're moving up 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8. And then after 8, it's all just straight digital zooms and stuff like that. There's nothing optical about it. I don't feel like Apple can do any more with the cameras now, and that's intentional as we are ending this era of iPhone. This is, whether you like it or hate it, this is peak dad bod. This is the optical father form for male. And I believe we can't
Man,
do
just hold
anything.
my body.
we can't do any more with the cameras. So where we'd make those improvements is in all these fake zooming capabilities that has some post-processing pipeline that it goes through to, be lossless, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? I don't think you need a telephoto the way we're using telephotos now. I use the sucker so I can look at the top of mountains and stuff like that. Not because, let me get that good portrait shot of you. That's what the main sensor is for. That's 99% of people who have that stuff. The other 1% is people who live in Colorado.
Sorry, you were going to say something and then I interrupted.
Yeah, what's up, Mike?
Oh, I was going to go a whole different path. I was happy that you said you're wrong and here's why, which was more entertaining than what I was going to say.
Oh, good. I'm
Outstanding.
glad. I do still use my telephoto, which is a 5X, not a 4. Which
Is that what the new one is for?
Yeah, it's a 4X, but it's a 48 megapixel 4X, whereas mine is a 12 megapixel 5X. But most of the time, you're not taking what do you call it? Full res,
D-res.
HEIF max.
What?
The option you'd go in settings where it actually takes a 48 megapixel picture.
RAW.
Usually, you can do it with RAW, but it's not exclusively RAW.
No.
Is this where the
You're talking about HEIF.
Yeah.
HEIF max.
HEIF max.
HEIF. I'm looking at it right now.
HEIF, high efficiency image.
No, HEIC.
Oh, codec. It's one of those. I'm
Codec.
thinking,
Whoa.
oh god.
This is a very interesting.
Oh,
But
God.
I will say, especially when I'm at work, taking all kinds of pictures of
That's a wonderful photo at work.
a specific
It's like
type
a road
of truck.
sign that he took a photo of.
This is probably a good example. Yeah, this is the telephoto.
I think I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah, there's a portrait mode shot. If people, Boca doesn't like it. There you go. Thank you, Mike.
There you go.
But
Trick the camera.
I personally think the bokeh portrait mode shots look best the further away you can get.
Yeah, you taught me that the other day.
Oh yeah, we were at the pumpkin place.
I haven't used portrait mode ever. And then Drew's like, have you heard of portrait mode? I'm like, no.
Because there was a stack of pumpkins. We were there with our wives. It's like, let's get pictures, but
Of
how
the
do we
pumpkins,
get-
not our wives.
yeah. But it was like, how do we get the pumpkins to fill the entire background when there's a lot of people and we can't get too close or whatever? It was like, well, you just back up a ton and then zoom way in. And now this small thing that if you tried to do it on the 1X lens, it would have looked lame.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been like, we're standing here, here's a tiny pile of pumpkins behind us, and then a parking lot. But instead, you narrow the, what do you call it?
It's called
Field
focal
of view?
compression.
Yeah, focal compression. Thank you, Randy. And that came out great. Those shots were.
Someone did a very cool. So, side tangent.
Mm-hmm.
I was scrolling Instagram the other day, and someone was doing a really neat thing with that. Or some viewers or listeners might know this or have seen it.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy's on top of a mountain, and like there's another mountain way far away. And then he starts kind of pulling it in like he's got a rope on it. But what the cameraman does is he starts like pretty much hiking it backward as fast as he can, backpedaling while keeping the guy in the shot.
Oh, wow.
And then changing the field of view.
Huh.
So that way that the mountain goes from really far away and starts coming, or appears to start coming closer and closer and closer. Like the guy is pulling it with the rope. Which I thought was a really great demonstration of how that works.
Kendrick Lamar did that in one of his music videos where he looks like he's growing and he's shrinking to the background of what's happening.
Well, go back to the Jaws movie. Isn't that the original? They put the camera on a dolly, and as they move the camera away from Rob Schneider. No, that's not. It's not Rob Schneider. The protagonist. They zoom in simultaneously, and it narrows that depth, and it just it's trippy. It's a good effect, but all that to say, I guess my running thesis is I don't think the folding phone's going to replace the Pro Max because I don't think most people are going to prefer it. Even though in many ways it will be like the best of the best because it's got 2 screens and it's got Touch ID again and it's got iPad OS or a version of it on the inside. I think that what's really taught me to be skeptical is when I've reviewed folding phones in the past, people don't want to have 2 different ways of using something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the landscape home screen has died. Like on the iPhone 8 Plus and 7 Plus, you used to be able to use it in landscape. They got rid of that. And also vertical video is booming these days because people don't even have the energy to do this.
No.
That's too much work. They would rather be on their phone this way and just scroll and have the video be optimized for this orientation simply so they can avoid doing this. So the idea that people are going to get comfortable unfolding,
I think it's for a different demographic, but you do have a point with the fact that now on the 17 Pros, there's now a square sensor in there. Is it on the regular as well?
Yeah, they all got it.
Okay, so instead of being rectangular, it's square, so you don't even have to turn your phone sideways for a selfie.
Yep, that's another example. It's like, that's too much work. Don't make me do this.
Yeah, no, just hold it vertically, which I thought that was the same case for the back camera sensors, but
that would have been cool. You could do it another. I remember pitching that. I probably don't have the video ready, but I remember.
Let's check the B-roll and go.
I gotta go way back.
I remember right here, Drew. It's right here.
I just remember there was a time where I hated vertical video with a passion, and I was like,
"Oh yeah."
If I was making a phone, I would make the sensor square so that it would be impossible to film things in vertical. This isn't exactly that, but
this is the opposite.
Well, this is like you can switch to landscape without having to move the phone. My idea was that if you film this way, it's landscape. If you film this way, it's also landscape. If you don't want landscape, screw you.
I did that with my wife, and I said, "Did you notice what I did?" And she said, "No. What'd you do?" I'm like, "Look, now it's wide view or it's landscape."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, okay."
Same story here.
No. Did you film or take a photo?
Photo.
That's what
I filmed.
Yeah. Oh. Is it more dynamic if it suddenly goes to video?
No,
it's the same. It's still square sensor. So.
It's still square, but what was handy was, as you could probably tell, I've been filming in the car a lot.
No.
What?
Kind of exclusively. And not having to hold the phone like this as I was recording. Yeah. But I could actually just hold it like this and it's still landscape. That actually felt more comfortable and more natural. The only problem was I kept wanting to look at the viewfinder, and it is much more noticeable when your eyes aren't looking at the sensor when they're going down to the center of the phone. Whereas this way,
it's on the same, there's no difference. Oh, sorry. There's no distance between
not vertically. Yeah. Left to right, you could be a little off.
Yeah.
If you're recording a video of yourself
on the front. Do it right
camera.
now by looking at Randy, then looking at us.
Yeah. Just like a slight difference, but when it's vertical, it's like, hey guys, you're looking way down here and it's more noticeable. But I did like it that one time. Wasn't enough for me to justify keeping it because 16 Pro Max is still going strong, and more importantly, is on iOS 18.
Oh, here we go.
The monkey is out of the barrel.
Save the best for last.
Hey,
it's got to be more.
To be fair, I was the OG in this because I did not upgrade from
you never
iOS
went to 18.
17 or
you were on 17 and then you went straight to 26.
I skipped so many versions of iOS.
You skipped like 9 generations.
Yeah, but which I appreciated because so many people told me don't go with the new iOS.
Yep.
They ruined the Photos app. And then now I'm on 26. And actually, to be frank, there's not much of a difference that I'm seeing between iOS 17 and iOS 26 Photos.
I don't know if there's ever I don't know if there's ever been a difference in your mind then. If the difference between 17 and 26 isn't that big, there is no big iOS update.
Yes. That's Apple.
Mike could go from like iOS 4, because that's as old as it went. Nerds. All the way to 26 and be like,
such a loser.
Happened to iOS.
That's such a bad joke.
It wasn't called iOS back then.
Oh.
They used to.
Was it called Frank?
It was. I think it was called OS 10.
No, it was just OS
on the phone.
Yeah, Steve Jobs at the first iPhone unveiling. He said
it was iOS. It was iPhone OS.
iPhone OS. But at the very first unveiling, you can fact check me. He said the iPhone runs OS 10.
A modified version of OS 10 is what he called it.
It's very slightly modified.
It's as slightly as we modify iPad OS.
But
the reason why he said OS 10 is because iPad OS was not a thing yet. So
no, iPad OS wasn't a thing until after he commit oofed.
With fruit.
He breathed with fruit cancer.
he breathed.
I don't want to get
tomato too hard.
I don't want to get demonetized on my dead channel.
I am so curious what the analytics are going to show out of this.
So, anyways, you love iOS 18?
No, I still hate it, but
oh my
God, I like it more than 26. Sorry, Craig. How do you like 26?
I enjoy it.
Good,
Randy. I like the bubbles. Do you like the bubbles? Do you like the glassy feel?
I love it. Everything about iOS 26.
Everything, huh?
Everything.
So bouncy.
Go ahead.
It's very.
Ask me. Put me in a subcategory and ask me if I love it.
I just showed Mike that you can like swipe through things like that. Sorry, I'm just making sure his address.
You are gonna have.
It's not.
You guys are gonna have a lot of fun.
How do you do that? No, I'm just going through notifications.
So I think this is what people were asking us to fight about.
Okay. Starting with the lock screen.
From the top. Here we go.
Use case.
You said you like it. You got to side with Randy.
You can move all the compilations down at the bottom.
Ew.
I'm trying it out.
The 14 thing.
I'm even doing it with the watch. I wanted to see what the impact on battery was going to look like, and I don't notice anything. So I figured since this is my first promotion with always on display and everything, why not go crazy with it? But
to me, always on display was never about battery life.
It's about
the
trying not to be rude.
Being off. It's that when I shut that screen off, what I see is a reflection of myself, knowing that this is an extension, not an accessory. Sorry, I'm quoting too much Jobs.
I was thinking Alfred Molina. Do you have the power of the sun in the palm of your hand?
Yeah.
Peter, look at you, all grown up.
With iOS 26.
Yeah.
with iOS 26. So
the lock screen.
starting with the lock screen, it has the carousel is a better use of space now. You can move all the combinations down to the bottom, which now you can actually have combinations and depth of field with the timepiece. I use a mountainous thing, so for
that is
privacy
pretty
purposes. It's a filler, but everything about the device now, when it goes to engaging with it, feels it's the second version of iOS 7. It's the second coming of iOS 7. Go ahead. I know there's a joke in there. Grab it.
7 plus 7 is not 26.
No,
the 26 will
sense.
always feel weird.
It does feel weird. That's what I don't like about iOS 26. The name.
Especially that it was unveiled at Dub 25.
Which was in June. We weren't even halfway through the year yet.
What day of June?
Early June. It doesn't matter. You're not halfway through the year until July.
Could be a leap year.
Still July.
Still July.
I like the. Oh wow. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Let's just gloves off and just go. I like the updates to AI that is on this phone.
What did they change with AI?
I don't know what is happening on the back end because I don't use it. But it's feeling less beta in regards to the notification summaries. It doesn't botch the summaries as a whole. I actually get like relevant information. Wow.
Off.
Toggle that sucker back on. You can use the new content, Drew. You don't have new products.
I genuinely hate the notification summaries. They irk me to my core.
Are you talking about anything?
Anything.
Because I get it on iMessage, and sometimes it's good. Other times
I don't trust it, and it makes me actually more paranoid. It makes me want to read the message more regularly. I'm like, what did it really say? What is it trying to say exactly here? Like, I don't believe it. And then I read it, and I'm like, oh, there was a bunch of context that mattered with punctuation and with timing, and it'll oftentimes give me a super vague summary that makes me more nervous.
So if I send you Bob, Steve, Bob,
that's not gonna. It's most likely that's not gonna even get summarized. It'll just
summarize.
No, it'll say like
because it needs some context to like to give you a summary of it.
Yeah, it needs something, but no, especially with for the first time in many years, like I have bosses now that text me quite a bit, and when I get a text from them and it's summarizing it, like I get weird. Same thing with emails. It just makes me go, what did that really mean? What is it? And then I have to go in to check it. No, that was not a good summary. And then I find myself reviewing the summaries constantly of just like, no, I can't trust this one. I can't. So I genuinely.
And when was this? This wasn't recent.
No, this was when it first came out. Yeah.
I would say turn it back on for a day or a couple of days and just run with it and see, because it's
still 18.
So that would be very interesting to see. Is it an iOS 18 / iOS 26 upgrade, or is it that the beta is just getting more refined? Everything that I get for summer, I love the filtering that's in iOS 26 for text, phone calls, spam. I don't get any of that stuff no more.
Mine tells me I'm on hold when I'm not on hold, which is very entertaining. Or it says, do you want us to tell you when you're not on hold anymore? Press this button. And I never press it. Because I'm worried that it won't tell me that I'm not on hold anymore. And then, I waited 15 minutes.
I don't make many phone calls, so I don't know about the holding, but I get a lot of spam. And the filtering system is out the gate, day one, unboxing the phone. is S tier. I love that it over filters, because some people I don't really care to see their text too if I have them saved, but it automatically knows if it's not a number.
Why you haven't answered my text then? Okay.
Right. Back when in May of 2025, when there was no, sorry, it was the beta. What can I say? If you have a contact saved, it's going to bypass all the filters and come straight to you with notifications for the text or phone calls or voicemails or whatever. But verification codes, not a thing. Those been getting deleted. But worse than that, honey, it's like, hey,
house is on fire. Reduce interruptions.
Ding ding.
Ignore.
So
not right
the
now.
Notifications.
I'm in mindfulness. I'm using the Breathe app.
Honey, we just got furloughed.
Honey, Apple is suing us.
I got another leak video coming soon.
Oh yeah, and this is a review unit too.
Bull? No, not from Apple. It ain't. Sponsorships don't count. That didn't come from Apple.
Oh.
That didn't come from Apple.
We could say everything's a review unit now. Sorry.
Oh yeah, let me just buy. Sorry, that? I didn't buy this. Apple sent me this. Changed my mind. Prove me wrong. Whatever.
Oh boy. Okay, I'll turn it back on. There.
I would say just give it a try.
It's on.
Give it run with it for a couple days and see if you've noticed an improvement.
I thought you were about to say 24 hours, so I was making note of it's 9:12 exactly right now. So
we'll see how long it lasts.
We will rally back next time we record next year, and we'll see if that worked.
Okay.
He turns off an hour after the podcast.
So yeah, as soon as we end the show, it's going off.
It is done. So the filtering system I enjoy a lot. I like the updates to the Photos app. Suck it, Drew. And I also
you need to go on an older version. This is what I did. I picked up an old iPad that was on like iOS 15 or 16 or something. And I couldn't believe how easy the Photos app was to navigate. I was just like, wow, everything is just in one place. It's so simple.
It's still in
I
one
hope.
place,
I hope my iPad Mini is on.
You don't see what's
iPad
not there.
OS 17 or something. I'll look into that. I don't think it's on 18, the iPad Mini. So I'll see. I don't know.
What is your
also?
iPad Mini?
I like
settings.
I like what the third-party apps have done in conjunction to have that symmetry with the design language of iOS 26. So I don't use Twitter, so I don't know, but Instagram looks refreshed and cleaned and just more minimized. I would say the banking apps that I use took full advantage of like having new Siri shortcuts. Evidently, I didn't even know that was like a thing. So I've been looking into that. It's
risky.
Banking with my Siri shortcut.
Just trying to think of what I would
use a shortcut for
in a banking app. Yeah,
the banking app for me, I get a soft pull on my credit through Navy Fed, and I can be notified. For example, my mortgage for this property, the loan got transferred to a different lender. So an account recently closed today, and then my credit score shot. It's funny. The moment I stopped caring about a credit score is when it got really good. I'm like, okay,
that's a key to a good credit score.
That's sus right there. But
I have negative credit.
Negative.
You owe the bank credit?
No, Apple owes me money.
Oh, get him.
iOS 18 is having a wonderful time right now.
It's not loading anything.
Wow. That's the thing. Listen, for me, all my bugs I've experienced all year with the iOS 18 are all rectified, specifically the autocorrect issue I would have. I'd be typing and then it would just fill out a word, and there were so much typos for the last year. People actually thought I've been taking the Tism pill. Tylenol. People thought I was popping Tylenol.
They just censor Tylenol? Is that
because I'm
not allowed to say that anymore?
My text looked terrible. And now it doesn't have this autofill thing that's happening in iOS 26. And I haven't changed jack. It just did it by itself and fixed it. All bugs and crashing, just weird bug outs that I would get from even just loading like picture-in-picture on YouTube on iOS 18 crashed all the time. Not on iOS 26. All my crashes that I experienced basically daily fixed. And that, if there was nothing else but under the hood things, I would say iOS 26 was worth it. And it was worth it for me. And what the weird thing is, other people have had inverted responses. They loved iOS 18 because of how smooth it was, and they hate how buggy iOS 26 is. And that just blows my mind that we just live on the same earth where that's happening. And
it's probably because they're on older hardware, right?
No, there's some of them are saying that they're running at the time iPhone 16 Pro. Like they have the latest and greatest. Anything from a 15 forward, if it has a USB-C port, in it, it should give you no issues. But I don't think it has anything to do with RAM. I don't think it's because I got 12 gigs of RAM that now is like, oh, animation's more fluid or whatever the case may be. I won't know because I don't have a phone that has 8 gigs, but I'm pretty sure my iPad Pro does. And I love iPad OS 26. I love Mac OS 26 Tahoe. Everything, this has been the cleanest, most stable software release for me. And I just like the refresh look for the sake of it. It could be completely superficial and all aesthetics based, and it will make so many people happy for the sake of like, there, shut up. Don't look at Apple Intelligence. Here's all this clean stuff. The future is vision.
You piss off a bunch of other people who didn't want it to change and just wanted their phone to work well. Now their phones.
Those are called boomers, and they'll be dead soon.
It's literally people I work with complaining to me.
We'll be dead soon, exactly. But the thing is, like, change is inevitable. That's the point I've been trying to like just make at least in my sphere of tech stuff, that like you will have to upgrade eventually. You can kick and scream. Change is inevitable. And if that means there's certain things that you have to relearn some stuff, that's the price you pay for getting free software updates. We take some time, learn some stuff, and you'll be okay.
Relearning is not that bad, but choosing a design language that actively slows down the older hardware, that's where it's not like you got to relearn some things. That's more like, we decided it should look like this, and because we decided that, now you need to upgrade sooner than you would have otherwise.
I don't know. I don't have my own experience with that because my oldest device is the MacBook Pro, and that runs smooth. So I can't say nothing. With that,
you're like, that's a you problem?
With that, I am aware in your settings, you can turn off a lot of these animations. You can even turn off the glass and make it more frosted, and you can have a more stable use case if things are lagging. Because I don't know how an iPhone 11 is performing in these use cases. Like, I would suspect terrible. But people who are on iPhone 11 or 12, in my mind, those people don't upgrade software or hardware. Like, they just stay with what they know.
I know a lot of people who did and now regret it and wish they could go back. But I just feel like if it could perform and get way better battery life with those settings turned off or down, it should do that by default. It should just, in that update, because not everybody's in their grandma's going to know how to go into accessibility and look at the frosted setting slider and make liquid glass ice glass or whatever. Like, we're
why not just do the same thing that video games do these days? Do you want to optimize for performance or for stability?
There you go.
And then that's at the beginning of the game, right? Is you choose either you want very pretty but might be very pretty but might be choppy, or looks meh but not choppy at all.
And
but
that's
also,
for entertainment.
when you get a new device, it happened on all my devices, or when you update to iOS 26 for the first time, there is a tutorial screen where they let you start tinkering with some stuff. And I hear you, Mike. Maybe they should be more in depth about more tinkering things, but I am aware that you can set some stuff from the offset when you get a new device or you upgrade to iOS 26, because I had to go through that 3 different times on Mac, iPad, and iPhone. So maybe that's it. Maybe there needs to be a way. I hate the fact that they throw the tips notification at me. Get to know this new device. Like, get that trash away from me.
I didn't have that happen to me, but that's probably because I switched eSIM and I didn't switch anything else besides number, which is very fun, by the way. Thanks Verizon for making it a headache. But otherwise,
their job.
Yeah, them and Frontier and every other company that they own.
Awful.
But no, otherwise, I'm kind of in the middle there, Randy, where my experience has been stable, except 3 or 4 times I could count, I guess, my hands where it's bugged out either on the lock screen or I tried opening the app and then it just didn't. But it's not so much to where it's like this is a very unstable software package. But at the same time, it hasn't been immutable. Or
Mike,
yeah.
Did you update your iPad?
No. Do you want me to?
No, I'm
just do it right now. Dare me.
I'll
do it right
here. It's gonna take too long. It's gonna take like 40 minutes. It's gonna.
You'll down. Watch it. Is it?
I'm not saying to. I don't really care what you do. I'm just curious if you had because that's the 2021 iPad Mini, right?
I still haven't upgraded to 18.7.1.
He's on 17.
I'm on 18.6, whatever.
I need to see the Photos app offline to see what Drew's talking about. If it's actually, because part of my brain tells me Drew is living in the past with nostalgia, and he thinks everything looks great. And
I don't like 18 to be clear, but I can't easily go to 17.
Back when I was a YouTuber, things were decent.
Back when I was. No, it's just
back in my day.
I'm afraid. I've heard too many scary stories about 16 Pros that perform horribly after the updates, and I'm like, well.
So do you? So you suspect it's the device? You don't think it's the software; it's the device, then?
No, I think
thermal management or something.
It's like it's the software that's optimized to run on this hardware, but not this hardware. So it makes this hardware run hot and laggy to make me want to get this. That's what it feels like to me.
If it got addressed in a 0.1 or 0.01 or whatever, then you're like, okay, that's fine.
I will update when I have to, when they make me.
What does that? Okay, so you don't like the aesthetic of iOS 26?
No, it felt too. I don't know. My wife, as usual, says everything best because she comes in from this like non-nerdy perspective, and she just looks at something in the first glance. And the first thing she said when I showed her iOS 26 was, "It feels like a kid version. It feels like everything's just like more playful and shiny, like a kid's toy." It's like, ooh, look at the lights, look at the refraction. And ever since she said that, I haven't been able to unsee it. It just feels like the GPU and everything's working overtime, and the renderings are kind of over the top, and is a shame because I did really enjoy the hardware on the 17 Pro Max. I was like, it never got hot. The battery life was good. The display was bright. The cameras were great. It was just like all this pro hardware that I've always wanted, and yet it felt so kind of childish and playful when it came to software that I was just like finding I had to tap more things, whether it be Safari with all tabs, which I know is a setting, but still, it's like, why does that need to be a setting? Why can't there be a button I press to get to all tabs? Or why do I have to like look for hidden menu options in camera? I found that very annoying when I hand my phone to someone else. And they were like, wait, how do I get to panorama or how do I get to portrait? Because all they see is video and photo.
Yeah, I found it to be a little bit awkward.
So there's all these like settings that they decided to hide, which you can get used to it. So now you're swiping around and you ended up on spatial mode instead of
I haven't even been on spatial mode yet, so it's giving me.
And then look at this is a prime example. Look at how shiny and refractive the menu options are at the bottom, but then this video icon is not shiny or reflective. Then it's old-fashioned 2D flat. And I can find like a million examples like that whenever I use iOS 26, where I'm just like, okay, so this is old-fashioned 2D, but then this one is liquid glass, and it just keeps bouncing all over the place. And that inconsistency always drove me nuts. I was just like, so you're shiny, but you're not shiny. It's like, how do I know what to expect to be liquid and what's not to be liquid? I don't know. I just found the design more consistent as far as a design language on this.
I think
so. Go ahead.
I would disagree only because the thing that is liquid glass on that selection is it showing you what you're on, where the list isn't shiny at all on whether you're going to cinematic or time lapse or whatever. Nothing's shiny until the selector.
I mean, there's your frame rate and your resolution. That's flat.
Yeah, it's all flat. Everything's flat. The only thing that's not flat is it showing you are on video, and specifically you're on. Well, I'm on a different app.
What I'm hearing you say, Drew, is iOS has gotten so good. The only thing you can hate on is nitpicking design aesthetics of this part's flat and this part's not the functionality of the tool itself. What a great problem to have.
At the top wasn't glassy.
Well, I'm just saying sometimes certain things are glassy and sometimes they're
not.
That is not going to be glassy.
Well, I just pick one because they can't pick one. Because it's designed.
It's a truck, so it has to be.
Get a mic.
Oh, don't get me.
One punch mic. Ding ding.
You can physically do it now.
I just don't see the point. I guess it doesn't feels like it's a definite way to ramp up the GPU for no functional gain. I
don't know if it really does ramp up GPU because these things are so minute on a screen so small.
Not when you have a vapor chamber, it doesn't.
That's not what the vapor chamber is for. It's for gaming. 12. It's for gaming or when you're outside and you get the 3,000 nits of brightness or extensive uses on any application that requires that GPU to ramp up. The vapor chamber kicks in then. I've never felt this phone get hot, which tells me I'm not doing a good job pushing it.
Because it's got a vapor and it's aluminum. It's not in a glass steel chassis like some.
So you're saying you would take this phone with iOS 18?
Yes, if there's a way to, or 17 would be better. But anyway, that's my random crazy tangent.
Yeah, this is your age showing that you're acting like I don't want to. I'll upgrade when they
getting worse. And Drew likes older versions of iOS now. It's getting bad. That's why I'm wearing a Series 5. That's just around the corner.
Yeah. Ugh, do you think Oh, well then hold on. Let me wrap up this iOS 26 period.
Yeah, we got to wrap all this up.
Yeah, so I'm going to wrap it up here. My final question for you, both of you, but you're the one.
Yes, the 16E is a good phone.
It is a good. Thank you, Mike. Does that mean you're not? It's a two-parter. Did you upgrade your Mac? And if not, does this mean you're not interested in any new hardware because it's going to have the latest OS? Is that really where you're at in your headspace at this point?
For now, yeah. I loved the new AirPods. Didn't have liquid glass on them. And I'm waiting for the OLED redesigned MacBook Pro before I consider a new Mac because I spent a lot of money on this one.
So don't you have like at least 2 more years with this Mac?
Legally 1.
Was legally
I signed a contract. This has to last me 5 years, and
it had to go through his chain of command.
Yeah, exactly.
How much storage do you have left on it?
I filled it up not long ago.
Really?
I a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I hit 8 terabytes like 6 months ago or something.
Wow.
but there's a lot of stuff I could delete. I just didn't because I was too busy.
You have a digital hoarder problem.
Well, the last guy we cured, a lot of the videos on here are not mine either.
Oh my God. The last guy we cured of his digital hoarding, we cured him so hard he left the tech space altogether. And I think we're going to have to do the same for you.
Okay. We'll see. Okay. I may come around to it if I get inspired one day, but as of now, I don't. Apple Intelligence is step one of this multi-stage program.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've made progress because of that. There is hope that an Apple sheep is somewhere in there. But if you can't live with this fake sheep, I'm your new Apple sheep, Randy Nexus. See you later.
That's true. He's much more
active. Plug.
See y'all.
Bye.
Bye.